right, microphone check 1 2 1 2. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know who y'all looking at. I do this every time. Like I'm sitting here down here by myself. I'm always getting the show together, and I always still find a way to just be the microphone. It's never where I wanted to be. That's the experiments, and that's what happens when you're working out of your own damn studio. That's just some of the things that happen. Welcome everybody to another episode of Club Pizzle. I am, of course, your host, Don P, aka Pizzle, aka Pod God, aka Uncle Don, aka him. And there we go. About to sneeze. Trying to hold the sneeze in. I want to thank each and every last one of y'all for y'all's continued support of this podcast and as well as this platform. I appreciate y'all. May y'all continue to support me. And while y'all in the support mood, what I need y'all to do is log on to ohioentertainmentawards.net and just follow what it does, follow what it says, and nominate me, Don P, for radio/podcast personality, best radio/personality, podcast personality, and as well as this podcast, Club Pizzle, for best podcast. The Ohio Entertainment Awards is coming up. The voting process started. It started last week, and it runs through October the 13th. So if you will, vote for your boy. Y'all can put in as many votes as y'all want to every day. I mean, just take a couple of minutes out of your day and just vote. Get us sitting there. And I guarantee you guys, man, I will not forget it. I appreciate my supporters. I don't call you fans. I call you supporters because y'all support me. Y'all are the reason I keep going. I get encouraging messages every day about it. You know I go on my little rants and stuff on Facebook. But I greatly appreciate each and every last one of y'all again, man. So go to ohioentertainmentawards.net and vote Don P, a.k.a. Pizzle, a.k.a. Pod God, for best radio/podcast personality, and as well as Club Pizzle for best podcast. Had a good week. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. I'm going right into the top story. We gonna get right into it. You know what's so crazy? I'm telling y'all, and I made a post about it yesterday. The sports gods have a sense of humor, boy. I tell you. When I tell you the sports gods always find a way to pick with you, well, I feel like they pick with me. Because it seems like every time, like I do show prep, I'm always doing show prep. When I sign off from you guys every Thursday, it starts my show prep for the next week. You know, so anything that goes on from Friday to Thursday, if it's noteworthy, I'm gonna speak about it. And this week, let's fast forward to yesterday. I mean, we know what happened last Saturday, and just, it's football season, so there's plenty to talk about. Your favorite teams had good games, and some of y'all favorite teams had bad games, and y'all might have won and y'all might have lost. But I had my whole entire show laid out and planned out at 1:30 yesterday afternoon. Like, oh, I could talk about this. I could talk about this. I can talk about this. I can do this. I could do this. Boom. 30 minutes down to the second, down to the millisecond. And this is where the sports gods come in. This is where the sports gods and the content gods and the podcast gods come in and say, hey, hold on real quick, big dog. I look at my phone at 2:15-ish yesterday afternoon. I hear the ESPN doo-doo-doo. I hear the Sports Center chime. And I look at my phone, and what does it say? Breaking news. Damian Lillard has been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, when I say, like, my first thought was, holy smokes, Damon Greek. They traded him to the Milwaukee Bucks. And it's funny because the day before I did share a post and had Damon Greek question mark and was having a conversation with somebody and saying that the conversation was going to start with Jrue Holiday. And it did. I was right. Again, y'all can tell me I'm right. It's cool. And then my second thought was, so much for me only doing 30 minutes. Because now I got to spend another few minutes to dissect and digest this trade. Finally, after what? 4 months, 3 months, 4 months of back and forths, of just a bunch of, okay, I want out. I love this city. I want to be here. Like, y'all been nothing but good to me, but I gotta go. And listening to all of the talking heads, listening to the Stephen A. Smiths and the Skip Baylesses and the just everybody, Michael Smith, Michael Holley, Rob Parker, Chris Broussard, listening to Woj, listening to Brian Windhorst, listening to everybody on every single sports station in the world and every podcast around the world, national, local, whatever you may be. Those of y'all are on a small scale like I am. And I got to a point where I was like, hey, I'm not going to talk about this until something happens. You know, at first it was James Harden. What's going to happen with James Harden and him and his Daryl Morey is a liar, which is funny because James Harden just had a birthday party, and in the club, the chicks was holding up signs, the little things with the lights on them that was saying Daryl Morey is a liar, which is freaking hilarious. But I'm saying, until Dame gets traded, I'm not going to talk about it until basketball season. And what the hell happens 5 days before training camps open? Most of the NBA teams, their media days are next Monday, and their training camps open on Tuesday. The Milwaukee Bucks are one of them. And they pull off this trade. So the trade goes as follows. Damian Lillard goes to Milwaukee. It's a 3-team deal. The Portland Trailblazers get Jrue Holiday, DeAndre Ayton from Phoenix, Toumani Camara, a 2029 unprotected Milwaukee pick, an unprotected Milwaukee swap rights in 2028 and 2030 to the Blazers. And the reason it goes like that is because the Ted Stephen rule. Thanks, Cleveland. You can't trade consecutive draft picks. I think I got a feeling that in one of the next few collective bargaining agreements, they're going to get rid of that somehow. They're going to figure out a way to say, to hell with that. And like I said, it's a 3-team deal. And the Phoenix Suns land Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson. Now, I've had about 28 hours to sit around and mull and think about this deal to figure out who won and who didn't win or who lost. And I'm at exactly where I was when I read this very tweet from Adrian Wojnarowski 28 hours ago. Everybody wins. The Milwaukee Bucks were already coming into the season as one of the betting favorites to not only come out of the Eastern Conference, but to win the whole damn thing. And I will have NBA preview in October, just not right now. I wasn't planning on talking basketball at least for another week. I was going to talk basketball next Thursday. I had no freaking idea that I was going to have to talk basketball this week. It's going to be football heavy, real heavy on football. But this trade, yes, it takes defense away. Jrue Holiday is one of the top defenders in the league. Great two-way player. Future Hall of Famer in my book, if you ask me. He's had a great career. And he still has a few years left. Great guy. Remember the story, him taking a year off to take care of his wife, and he came back. And just Jrue Holiday is the consummate pro. He's a guy, like, you love him. And I got more on Jrue. But the Milwaukee Bucks were already a betting favorite coming in to this season, at least in my book. As of yesterday, before this trade, I was ready to put the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA Finals. I haven't gotten all the way there yet because I'm not all the way in basketball mode. Then you look at what the Portland Trail Blazers got and what they're doing. They got Shaedon Sharpe there. They drafted Scoot Henderson there. They got a young team. Chauncey Billups is going to be a good coach. He's going to be a hell of a coach. He's got these young guys. He's going to be able to develop them. You got Jeremy Grant there. Anthony Simons there. You add a guy like DeAndre Ayton, who's 25 years old, not hit his prime yet, but he has experience. Is what he's been to the NBA Finals. He's been to the conference finals. He's been deep in the playoffs. You add that to this team, it came out pretty good. And then there's the Phoenix Suns. They add depth on their bench. Yusuf Nurkic, who's probably going to move into the starting lineup with Ayton going to Portland. You got Grayson Allen, a bench guy, a shooter. And you got Keon Johnson, another guy that can come off of your bench. So all of these teams here, on the short term, the Bucks and the Suns have made themselves contenders and maybe favorites. Phoenix is going to have to deal with the defending champion Nuggets. The Lakers made a lot of moves. The Warriors, we'll see. The Clippers healthy, we'll see. We'll see what Luka and Kyrie do in Dallas. But all of these three teams made out pretty good. But wait, there's more. There's a possibility, or no, it's not a possibility. It's a given that Jrue Holiday is not going to play in Portland. Jrue Holiday is going to be traded. And Jrue Holiday is going, in 9 times out of 10, Jrue Holiday is going to be traded before media day on Monday. It wouldn't surprise me if Jrue Holiday is traded Friday afternoon, Saturday afternoon. It wouldn't surprise me. I bet the house that Pat Riley was on the phone yesterday. I'll bet you Pat Riley was calling Portland. Hey, remember that deal we had with Tyler Hero and Gabe Vincent and a couple of them picks? Let me get Jrue Holiday. I guarantee you Brad Stevens is on the phone. I guarantee Daryl Morey is on the phone. I guarantee whoever is running things out with the Los Angeles Clippers, they're on the phone. And it would not surprise me if somebody on the Golden State, whoever's running the Golden State Warriors front office, if they're on the phone. If I can flip Chris Paul and get Jrue Holiday, with the Golden State Warriors, I'm okay with that. But as of right now, Miami's a great fit. If he goes to Boston, cancel Christmas. And I say that gritting my teeth and I don't want to say it, but if he goes to Boston, because Boston has the picks, they have Malcolm Brogdon to throw out there. You put Drew Holiday with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, and Kristaps Porzingis with Derek White and Robert Williams. Holy smokes. That's an NBA championship team right there. That's banner number 18 for the Boston Celtics. And I say that begrudgingly because I'm not a Celtics fan. But I got to be fair about it. The Philadelphia 76ers have an opportunity now. The Philadelphia 76ers and the Los Angeles Clippers both have an opportunity. Let's not forget, the process began when the Philadelphia 76ers traded Drew Holiday. Oh, y'all forgot about that one. Ta-da. Drew Holiday was a Philadelphia 76er. I believe he was an all-star for the Philadelphia 76ers. I could be wrong, but I might be right. Like I said, I shoot 80%, so if I'm wrong, I'm still going to hit on some other stuff. So, Frank stands open. I can see the Philadelphia 76ers, the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Los Angeles Clippers working out some kind of 3-team deal where Drew Holiday ends up in Philly, James Harden ends up with the Clippers, and the Portland Trail Blazers end up with like a Terrence Mann from the Clippers, a couple of draft picks from the Sixers, and they're okay. James Harden gets what he wants. He gets to play at home. He gets back to playing with Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. All the LA boys are playing together. Drew Holiday is with Joel Embiid, and you don't trade Tyrese Maxey. You keep Tyrese Maxey, who's probably going to end. Who's due for a breakout year. Tyrese Maxey might be an all-star this year. Who knows? Got to do some more research. I have a better answer for y'all in like 2 to 3 weeks about that. But you have an opportunity to get Drew Holiday with Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid, the reigning defending NBA MVP. And the Portland Trail Blazers get a guy like a Terrence Mann who can go up to Portland and play with Shaedon Sharpe, Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, DeAndre Ayton. Young pieces. And let's be honest, Terrence Mann, as long as he's with the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are there, he's going to see the bench. Terrence Mann has ability. Terrence Mann can play some ball. Believe me when I tell you that. But let me go back to Milwaukee real quick. This is a move that was made to keep Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's what this is. He's up to sign an extension. That dude has been to every podcast except for this one to say, I would love to stay in Milwaukee, but they got to show me that they're trying to win. I mean, they're not showing him by his brother holding 2 roster spots. The one brother is his personal assistant, and y'all can't tell me otherwise. But this move was made strictly for that. And when you throw Damian Lillard with Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez, I like it. If they weren't the betting favorite, they are now. They weren't one of the top three. If they weren't one of the top three favorites, they are now. Because the one deficiency that the Milwaukee Bucks have had without Chris Middleton being healthy is a closer. As great as Giannis Antetokounmpo is, down the stretch, he has some deficiencies. You don't know if you can count on him from the free throw line. And that's just truth, y'all. And y'all already know I'm going to bat for Greek. It's a couple of guys in the NBA that I'm going to argue with you, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to die on the hill. LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, Kyrie Irving, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm going to argue with you. Even if I'm wrong, which, again, I'm 80% with mine. So I'm not going to be wrong. But Giannis hasn't been reliable from the free throw line. Dame Lillard gives you a bona fide closer if Chris Middleton can't do it. And if Chris Middleton is healthy, cancel Christmas. Pencil him in. I shouldn't be this excited as a Cavaliers fan when somebody who roots for the Cavaliers, who goes to multiple Cleveland Cavaliers games, I shouldn't be this excited as if the Cleveland Cavaliers don't have to see these dudes 4 times a year, as if the Cleveland Cavaliers won't have to go through them in the first, second, or third round to get to the NBA Finals to try to win an NBA championship. I should not be this excited. I'm excited for Dame Lillard, and I'm excited for Greek. I don't throw the freak on there. Giannis is Greek to me. I call him Greek. We're not going to play with Greek. Yes, you lose a little bit of defense. You lose your perimeter defense. And that's okay. Because you got a guy who can give you 60 on the perimeter there. And that's okay. Brand new coach in Adrian Griffin. Pressure's on, buddy. Time to get it done, big dog. Where does this leave the Miami Heat? Jimmy Butler hating, snitching. Oh, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy. Because they lost a lot. Kyle Lowry is a year older and probably about 15 pounds heavier. Tyler Hero don't want to be there. Let's just be honest. Tyler Hero don't want to be there. And they don't want him there. So what's going to happen? It's still a lot to go on. The NBA season starts in about a month. Training camps open next week. And we'll probably have more about on this by the time this replays on Twitch and on the Happy Hour Network Facebook page. I guarantee you, y'all, somebody gonna watch this on that and comment, well, this happened at 12 o'clock today. This is the Thursday night at 8 premiere here. I don't know about y'all. Like, basketball is here. I can hear the sneakers squeaking. Basketball's bouncing. Net swishing. Whistles blowing. I can hear it. Pause. I'm ready. Training camp. Media days. I'm going to have a lot on that next week. I'm going to talk about that. The media days. Heavy Cavaliers stuff. I'm so excited for the Cleveland Cavaliers as well as the Cleveland Charge. Stay tuned to this network, man. Y'all might get some Cleveland Charge stuff. Y'all may or may not. I'm gonna do some. I may or may not put it up. I still haven't figured that part out yet. Give me some time. Y'all might see it. Y'all may not see it. I'm just excited for basketball. That's it. Now, let's move on. Because again, this is supposed to be a 30-minute show today, y'all. Today was supposed to have been 30 minutes. And I just gave y'all 20 minutes about the Dame Lillard trade. I'm telling y'all, man, the sports guys, the pod guys, they love messing with me. They love picking with me. They love it. And I love it because I get a chance to give y'all my thoughts and give my expressions on some things. So that's that. Now let's move on. NFL, week 3. Just passed. The Cleveland Browns dominated. Cleveland Browns dominated the Tennessee Titans 27-3. Should have been 31-3. I'm not even going to get into the botched referee call where Amari Cooper was nowhere near out of bounds and the referee was right there. The referee had better position than the Titans cornerback. I'll say that. But dominant win for the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson looked like Deshaun Watson. He looked like Houston Deshaun Watson. And I could tell a lot of y'all haven't watched Deshaun Watson. Y'all have only watched like highlights or maybe when the Browns played the Texans or maybe a playoff game that the Texans might have been in that Deshaun Watson was the quarterback of. I can tell y'all haven't watched Deshaun Watson. Because Deshaun Watson is this game this past Sunday, this is exactly what Houston Deshaun Watson was. Eluding guy. And same thing in Pittsburgh. Eluding tacklers, shedding tacklers, and making throws. Elijah Moore had a lot of touches. He had like 9 catches, a couple of end-around runs, some little stuff like that. I like Kevin Stefanski opening the playbook up a little bit and trying to throw the Titans off. You know you're dealing with a Mike Vrabel team. He comes from that Belichick coaching tree. They have certain things that they do. Kevin Stefanski just trying to free up some things, trying to get the guys going, get the guys loose, let everybody touch the ball, let everybody get involved early. And that's fine. I love it. It was good to see Kareem Hunt back out there. It was good to see Jerome Ford tote that rock the way he toted it. It was good to see Pierre Strong run. It was good to see the running game doing what they do. Big Thanos, DeJuan Jones looked great on that right side. It'll be a matter of time if the Browns don't extend Jed Willis, which I know a lot of you guys in Cleveland hate. A few people close to me hate Jed Willis, and y'all want him on the first thing smoking out of town. I think DeJuan Jones can move over to that left side and protect Deshaun Watson's blind side. Back to Jerome Ford. He's going to be fine. Kareem Hunt is his backup, and he's going to be the backup. Just let that be that. Let that happen, y'all. No need to hate about that. Jerome Ford is going to be fine. Jerome Ford, when I was looking at him Sunday, he's, you know what I'm going to say? Like Nick Chubb Jr. He's just not as strong and as explosive as Nick Chubb. Ford got speed. It's just Nick Chubb was just special. He just got that special something. That special something that just can't be described. But you can see that in Ford. He hit the hole the same way. He's not as smooth of a runner as Chubb, because when Chubb gets going, you're not going to catch him. I mean, the same thing with Ford. But it's like a Nick Chubb Jr. To me. Maybe y'all see it, maybe y'all don't. Whatever, I don't give a shit. Dang! I went 31 minutes without cursing. I almost got there. This offense, to be honest, y'all, this offense does not need to be explosive. If the defense is going to play like this, they don't need to be explosive. If the Cleveland Browns can score 24 points a game, that's more than enough for that defense. Because do you see it? I know y'all see it. Y'all watching the same games that I'm watching. I am seeing pressure on the quarterback. Them getting home with 4. Them sending blitz packages. Thornhill coming down. I'm looking at Grant Delpit look like a speed bullet, like a hammerhead shark, and just bang, smacking people. Denzel Ward hasn't looked this good since his rookie year. He's locking down guys on the outside. He's stepping up and he's making big tackles. Pray to God that he don't bust a shoulder or pull a hand. Okay. I'm hoping for that. I don't want to have to get on here and talk about how injury-prone Denzel Ward is. Y'all already think I hate Denzel Ward. That is not the case. Y'all already think I hate all Ohio State players. That is not the case. I like Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward is he's one of those. He's showing it now. I know the ability is there. I've seen the ability. We saw it in Greg Williams' defense as a rookie. Ball hawk. We seen it. Martin Emerson is a dog. And if we can keep Martin Emerson, we got 2 dogs at corner in Ward and Emerson. Greg Newsome, learn how to play the slot, big dog, because that's your future. I like McLeod also, 26. He was in there making some plays. Thornhill and Delpit, that safety, our secondary, listen, y'all, they ain't nothing to play with. The linebackers look fantastic. And that stinks to Dalvin Tomlinson in the middle. And that stinks to those 4 guys up front. Zadarius Smith looks fantastic. I ain't seen Sione Taki look this good ever. I was trying to think like, JOK is looking great. Anthony Walker's looking great. This defense looks extremely fast. They're playing fast and they're playing downhill. And I'll be damned if I'm an offensive coordinator or a head coach and I'm watching Myles Garrett go in motion. I am 40 years old. My first football memories is 1986. Okay. In all of my years of watching football, I have never seen a defensive player go in motion and 2 guys follow him. I remember Joe Gibbs creating the H-back to try to stop Lawrence Taylor. And now he just put that guy just lined up wherever LT was at. But what I saw Sunday was 2 guys. Anytime Myles moved, those 2 guys move. Myles move again, those 2 guys move. Mike Vrabel had to call a timeout. I bet any amount of money, Mike Vrabel looked up and he looked for Jim Schwartz and he flipped him a bird. Maybe 2 of them. And say, I guarantee he did that. What a dominant win. Baltimore Ravens come in here next. Lamar Jackson. Roquan Smith is talking trash. He said he's going to beat them in front of their kids. All right, big dog. Listen. All the Browns have to do, stay healthy, stay mistake-free, eliminate the bonehead plays. Deshaun Watson. Don't ever get spun around and throw the ball backwards again. Please don't do that. Everybody's already looking for a reason to talk about you. They're looking for a reason to say something bad about you. Deshaun Watson could have went 20 for 20, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. All they would have talked about was, well, he threw the ball backwards. That's those dumbass Browns fans. Those fans, which is why I separate myself from that stupid ass fan base. And this ain't nothing new. I can clip this my damn self. I'm tell y'all right now. I can clip it myself. As someone who roots for the Cleveland Browns, I hate Browns fans. I freaking hate that fan base. And I've hated that fan base ever since that stupid ass, bum ass 0-16 parade that they threw back in 2016. I separate myself from them. Those motherfuckers don't speak for me. See, this is why I don't want to talk Browns. Because I'll get going and get into the fan base, and they force me to curse. That's what that happens. It is what it is. The Miami Dolphins. Jesus Christ. 70 burger. Come on, man. That was embarrassing. Sean Payton. Better get together, big dog, or they going to be calling for your head before y'all bye week. I don't know when the Broncos bye week is. I've already seen some of my Facebook friends posting and asking, should the Broncos tank? What the hell are y'all tanking for? Caleb Williams, Bo Nix? What are you tanking for? What y'all gonna go get Lincoln Riley from USC? Y'all go get Coach Prime to come coach y'all? Is that what y'all gonna do? Get it together, baby. Listen. Before I get speaking of Coach Prime, I'm gonna get to Coach Prime in a minute. Colin Kaepernick's back in the news. Big dog, listen to me. So apparently, Colin Kaepernick wrote a letter to the New York Jets and gave J. Cole, of all people, permission to post the letter on Instagram. Let me read this. I'm gonna read this letter. It says, Joe, I hope this letter finds you in great spirits. Despite the less than ideal start to a big season, I'm wishing you, your staff, and the players a great game this weekend as you look to bounce back. I'm writing, of course, in response to the unfortunate loss of Aaron Rodgers. I know the aspirations this season were and still are to win a championship. And so that Hall of Fame size hole will need to be filled. I got to hold my phone up because this writing is so little. Maybe if I turn this thing sideways, maybe it'll give me a better picture. Ooh, that's even worse. Oh, no, it's not. The Hall of Fame size hole will need to be filled as best as possible to keep the team on the Super Bowl track. As of right now, Zach Wilson is charged with that task, and I wish him and the rest of the team the best moving forward. However, this is hate. Anytime somebody do something, say, however, I know that there are currently depth issues at the position, and I've heard that backup spot is likely to be filled by a veteran quarterback, which ended up being Trevor Seaman. As much as I would love the opportunity to fill that spot, I'm writing you in hopes that you can imagine a much different approach involving me. I would be honored and extremely grateful for the opportunity to come in and lead the practice squad. Let me read. Hey, yo. Hey. Let me read that again. So, look. Listen. I'm just going to tell y'all right now, y'all can't cancel me because I'm uncancelable. And a lot of y'all are thinking exactly the same thing that I'm thinking as y'all are reading this letter or if y'all hearing this for the first time, y'all are saying this is a bunch of bullshit, right? Let me read this part again. However, I know that there are currently depth issues at the position, and I've heard that backup spots is likely to be filled by a veteran quarterback. As much as I would love the opportunity to fill that spot, I'm writing you in hopes that you can imagine a much different approach involving me. I would be honored and extremely grateful for the opportunity to come in and lead the practice squad. I'm gonna continue. I would do this with the sole mission of getting your defense ready each week. If I were able to fill this role for the team, I believe this allows for multiple things. So listen here, my nigga. Check this out, big dog. Can y'all listen? I promise y'all, this is not the approach that I wanted to take initially. I wanted to just read the letter and just be like, but now I gotta do me now. My man's look, who is on your strategy team? What are y'all thinking? What are y'all doing? Now I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Colin Kaepernick does live in the New York, New Jersey, the tri-state area. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he's there. His significant other is there. They got a kid together and all of that stuff. If I'm not mistaken, because she works in New York, I believe he's there with. I believe they're together there. I believe that's where they are in New York. You mean to tell me you sitting in that deluxe apartment in the sky? Uh-oh. See what happened? See, this is telling me I don't do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You mean to tell me that you sitting in this deluxe apartment in the sky, you see Aaron Rodgers go down, and you see how bad Zach Wilson is playing, and you and your team sitting around saying, I think I can lead the practice squad. Hey, yo, big dog. That ain't. I look. I don't give a damn who is mad at me or who get mad at me right now. I don't care. The Frank stand is open. Let me continue to read this letter, and he gives reasons why he think he should run the practice squad. Number one, my man got bullet points. Number one, it gives your defense the advantage of getting a truer read on the more mobile, athletic, versatile quarterbacks it will face in weeks 4, 5, and 6. Mahomes, Wilson, and Hurts. Hey, big dog, you ain't got to worry about Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is cooked. And what you gonna do with Jalen Hurts? What you gonna run 4th and goal? You gonna let these dudes? And big dog, let me tell you something, Colin. You wasn't Pat Mahomes when you was at your best in San Francisco leading them to the Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes got more talent in his big toe than you ever had, big dog. I would just tell you that right now. And that's not hate. That's just what it is. Oh shit. Let me get the rest of this letter. Number Okay, number 2. This will also allow you guys as an organization to take a real look at where I'm at football-wise in game-like situation against an elite defense. See, the ulterior motive. You should have led with this one. This is giving you all an opportunity to see what you know what? I'm done with that damn letter. Listen, big dog, if you want to play in the league, just say that. And I know what's happening here. People are saying, a lot of y'all like, give him an opportunity, but no, dog, you cooked. And on top of that, let's rewind 4 years to 2019 when Roger Goodell and the NFL front offices and the 32 teams in the NFL right now were going to take time out of their busy schedule on a November day in 2019 Some of these teams are in the midst of a playoff run, and some of these teams are fighting for playoff spots. They took time out of their schedules to schedule you an open tryout. And I believe all 32 teams were there. And what the fuck did you do? 2 hours away from you, 2 hours in the work, 2 hours into the workout, you change it up and you do it at a high school damn near an hour away. Big dog, who the fuck do you think you are? Listen, Stephen A. Smith sugarcoated it this morning. He sugarcoated it. I ain't Stephen A. Smith. I ain't got an answer to the mouse. I ain't got an answer to no motherfucking body. Dog, who the fuck do you think you are? I'm giving you an opportunity. After you done sued me, I'm trying to give you an opportunity. I got all 32 teams to send somebody to come watch you throw the football. And you don't want to show up. You decide, I want to do it here. And not only did you do that, you did it 2 hours prior. Everybody's there. Everybody's on their way there. And people are waiting for you. And you decide at the 11th hour, I'm going to change it up and I'm going to do it down here. And not only did you change it up and do it down here, you used the fucking footage for that for a goddamn Nike commercial. Nigga, are you fucking crazy? And you think that the New York Jets are going to read this letter and take you serious about joining the goddamn practice squad? Are you out of your fucking mind? You got to be crazy. Colin Kaepernick, there is nobody out here that was rooting for you hard as I was. I loved everything you did with the kneeling and the standing up for the social justices. You stood, you kneeled for a lot of people out there. And I salute you for that. And I commend you for that. You sacrificed millions. You sacrificed your career. You sacrificed your livelihood for people who couldn't speak up for themselves. And I salute you for that. However, back to the howevers. The last time anybody saw you play, it wasn't too shabby, bro. You played in an offense that was tailor-made for you. 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. How many wins? How'd the 49ers do? Not so well, right? Thought so. Only for them to make the Super Bowl a few seasons later. Kyle Shanahan comes in, changes things up. Boom. And look at the 49ers now. So you go through that. And do I believe they blackballed you? Yeah, they did. Did they collude against you? Yeah. Which is why you won the case. People don't beat the NFL. You did. You and Eric Reed beat the NFL. Eric Reed got a job. Why? Because Eric Reed showed up. Big dog, they gave you an opportunity. All you had to do was show up and complete a pass. Somebody would have brought you in. But you decided at the 11th hour to change it up. You're bad. You're bad. That was your last chance. It's over, dog. I hate to say it. I hate to be that guy, but it's over. It's been over. It's been over. If anybody wants to talk about this any further, my inbox is open. I am welcome to talk to y'all about this. I am also welcome to talk to a lot of y'all who claim y'all were not going to watch football until Colin Kaepernick got a job. But I see you motherfuckers rooting for the Browns every week. I saw y'all watching the Super Bowl, the past 3 Super Bowls. Don't play with me like that. Just gonna throw that out there. That's all I'm saying, yo. I'm not reading the rest of that letter. I'm done with that letter. I'm done with it. I'm moving on. Before I get out of here, see, look at this, man. See what that Dame Lillard trade did? That Dame Lillard trade just threw my whole show off. I knew what I wanted to talk about. I knew how I was going to talk about it, but that just changed everything up. And it's okay. Shout out to Dame Dollar. And the song he put out, thanking the Portland fans. I loved it. It was pretty dope. Shout out to Dame for that. Let's talk about Coach Prime. We're going to talk about Coach Prime this week again. I'm going to talk about Coach Prime. If I don't do nothing, I'll talk about Coach Prime. How out of control is the Coach Prime hate? Extremely out of control. It's to the point where if Aaron Rodgers is saying that, if Aaron Rodgers is like, damn, y'all want to see this dude fail? I mean, it's obvious. Oregon coach Dan Lanning, he came out at his pregame speech. Hey, they're playing for clicks. We playing for wins. Then he went out and proceeded to run the score up. Can't be mad at it. Anybody who knows football and isn't just a fan, a blind fan, knew what was going to happen last Saturday. Anybody with any football knowledge knows what's going to happen this Saturday when Colorado plays USC. I think Coach Prime knows. He knows when those guys practice. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all see what he's doing to Cormani McClain right now. They're asking about him, and he's telling it exactly like it is. He ain't putting the work in. And it makes me think, what if he would have stayed at the U? What if he would have been in with Mario Cristobal? Would this be the result too? Maybe. Well, Prime is going to tell it like it is. I love the fact that they're so unbothered by this. I love the fact that Coach Prime is so unbothered by this because, of course, Coach Prime being who he is, he knows that this is going to happen. He knows that people are going to hate. And I love how the team is so unbothered. I love how Shedeur is handling this. I love how Deion Sanders Jr. came out and said, you know, the guys from Oregon said, hey, take a picture of me doing the watch thing. Hey, and they can do that because they won. To the victor goes the spoils. This is my issue with a lot of y'all out there. A lot of you brand new fans out there. Well, y'all really not new fans. Y'all just new Colorado fans. Y'all are sports fans. A lot of y'all are Ohio State fans, and y'all are carrying this same shit with y'all. Y'all can dish out everything that y'all want to dish out. But soon as somebody returns fire, y'all want to be mad and offended. Why they gotta do that? Why they gotta do that? Listen, if you can't take it, don't dish it. These Colorado kids can dish it because they were talking a lot of trash at the beginning of the game. I saw the video, and I'm not talking about the video of them walking on the field and the one player raking the 50-yard line. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about when they were out there and suiting up. A couple of the guys were chirping at the Oregon players. And after the game, they took their medicine. They got their ass beat thoroughly. It's bad. I knew after the first drive, I watched Oregon march down the field, and I said, you know what? Let me go check on my Hurricanes. And I turned on my Hurricanes, and they were up 14-0. But they know what they're into. They know exactly what they got themselves into They know who their coach is. Deion Sanders, prime time. The best corner to ever do it. One of the best athletes to ever do it. You talk about greatest athletes of all time. One of the first 5 names out of your mouth is going to be Deion Sanders. Gotta be, or you just don't know what you're talking about. Got USC this week at home. I don't think it's going to be pretty. I think it's going to be another boat race, to be honest. Caleb Williams is defending Heisman Trophy winner. This USC team was 1 win away from going to the playoffs. And had Caleb Williams not got injured, they're on their way to the playoffs. And who knows? Could have been them versus Georgia in the national championship, and we might have had a better game than the ass whooping they put on TCU. So who knows? It's just you got to take everything week to week. I think there's going to be some more adversity. I'm hoping they come out and look better than they did last week, because they didn't look good at all in no point of the game against Oregon. They got beat on all three faces of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. It looked bad. Looked real bad. But we're gonna see, man. With that said, we getting on up out of here. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope everybody has a great week. Tune in to me next week. I'm gonna recap. Hopefully another Browns win. Hopefully a Coach Prime win. It'll be like 5 weeks, so I might do a Heisman race, which Michael Penix Jr. is the leader of that. So make sure y'all tune in. And also, again, make sure you guys go to OhioEntertainmentAwards.net. Vote me, Don P. Pizzle, Pod God. Best podcast / radio personality. And also this podcast, Club Pizzle, for best podcast. Make sure y'all do that for me. I would greatly appreciate it. Again, that's OhioEntertainmentAwards.net. Best podcast radio personality, me, and Club Pizzle for best podcast. Y'all know what it is, man. Just always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. And always remember, creators, be great. Stay positive, because negative energy is trash. Peace, y'all.